We're going to go to the next question, and that will be offered by Gail Hammonds of the Press Enterprise.
What would you do as mayor to bring high-quality jobs to Riverside?
We're going to start with Mr. Bailey.
Well, we've got to be aggressive at finding those employers out there, those businesses that have the connections that we have here in Riverside. I think our two most important and foundational institutions are education. And so if we have the businesses out there that already have a connection to education, I think we can build on that. So the knowledge-based workforce that is existing here in Riverside, high-tech, advanced manufacturing connects with our Riverside Public Utility, where we have a competitive advantage with our utility rates. And so our ability to reach out and use those business rates to attract the advanced manufacturing is another group of businesses that I would aggressively go after.
Thank you. Mr. Benavides.
Gail, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, what would you do as mayor to bring high-quality jobs to Riverside?
I've been doing that, folks, ever since I began the corporation, bringing quality jobs to the community. What you need is funding. Simple as that. Easier said than done. It's taken me 15 years just to employ 25 people. As mayor, I would surround myself with folks who are like me, folks who are human Geiger counters, who can go out and seek funds, seek businesses to move into our community and hire our citizens. I've been there as an employer. I understand what it takes, the costs associated with such, and I'm willing and able to bring those skills and experience to the position of mayor for the city of Riverside.
Ms. Chavez.
Yes. Best is to connect with businesses, businesses that want to come to Riverside and not turn them down. I've contacted when LA Fitness. I wanted LA Fitness I wanted them to come to Riverside because I thought there would be a good business here. They're here, even though I probably won't use them, but they were good for Riverside. Okay, Sizzler wants to come back to Riverside. Okay, because now the Clay Street Sizzler is now Harupa Valley. We need a Sizzler in here for a good salad bar. But also too, I think I would want to ask the people what kind of businesses they want in Riverside. Not what I want, but what you want in Riverside. And it's important to let our economic development people know what businesses you want in Riverside and which ones you don't. I think that's where we should do, is ask the people what they want, not what I want or anybody else wants. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gardner.
Thank you. We really need to begin by increasing the staff in the development department. We have staff who do really an excellent job with companies that are already here and want to expand, or companies that have come to the city and say, we'd like to come to your city. What we don't do at all is go out and beat the bushes and find companies that might be interested in relocating into our region. And we should do this in a broad area. It doesn't do much good to recruit business from our surrounding cities. All that does is move jobs within the region. We need new jobs in the region, and the easiest way to get that is if we have staff who actually focus on contacting businesses that might come here. The governor of Texas gets on the telephone once a week or so and calls the CEO of a California business and says, you all ought to come to Texas, and here's why. The mayor of Riverside needs to be doing the same thing with businesses in other parts of our state.
Thank you. Mr. Melendrez.
Thank you for that question. Probably one of the most challenging questions that we have, because we've spoken about technology jobs for many years, and we've been known in this area to be a logistics area. First of all, we need to overcome the thought that we are in a logistics area. The other is that when tech companies want to move into a city, there are certain amenities that they look for. They look for either private schools or schools that are doing extremely well. But they're also looking for a culture, a certain culture where companies can learn from one another. And that's something that we as a city need to develop. We think about other successful cities A perfect example would be the Silicon Valley, who has a learning tech culture in that area. When you think about LA, you think about the movies and high tech in that area. When you think about other cities, they have a culture. We need to work and identify what our strengths are, what our value is, and how we can communicate and show these tech companies how good we are here.
Thank you. Ms. Petrozello.
First, we need to look at the businesses that are here. We need to have a friendly business environment, keep and retain the businesses that are here. Many are leaving Riverside. The second part of the question, how are we going to attract them? We will attract them with trained workforce. We need to make sure that whatever businesses that we do attract here, that we have the trained workforce ready, prepared to go to work for that company. Like my fellow candidates stated, we do need to have lower utility rates. We also need to have a community and a culture that embraces the businesses. We need residents here to shop these businesses, but it has to start at the top. We have to get our city to treat the businesses well and not drive businesses out. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Atkinson, and then I'm going to ask a follow-up question.
Very good. Technology companies basically want to locate where there's well-educated and high-paying jobs and where they can grow professionally and personally. We have an opportunity here with our universities to tap another source of technology jobs. If you look at the UCR Medical School that is coming in, and once that gets approved, there'll be an opportunity to market that. But if you read in the paper lately, in ongoing, UCR has been the birth of several inventions throughout time, and very innovative in some of those. And we need to get venture capitalists to go in and incubate companies that can prosper from those technologies that have been invented in UCR. In fact, the recent one that comes to mind in the paper is where you have the wireless detection of the insect. That is something that we can benefit from. We need to reap it. And they're inventors. They're not company owners. And